Tender with the bits, okay? Hi, welcome to the tube. My name's Marge. I'm a heyoka. I'm an empath, and I just like to do these little talks on how I feel about things, and I get verification with my feelings from a lot of different venues, a lot of different places, from a lot of different media sources, all kinds of different media sources, independent, private, public, blah 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 blah. Just everywhere we get little Easter eggs, little hints as to how we can navigate through this crazy world and just get by with some contentment and some sanity. Things are just freaking. It just goes without saying. Shit's just weird, y'all. Stuff is just weird. Every day I'm looking around going, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? When I was young, I always thought that there was a way that adults acted where they didn't act like kids. I thought there was a point where they stopped acting like children, but they never do. Because we all have our inner child with us at all times. There's parts of us that never grow up. That's the part that is logical and pure and decent and magical, that believes in magic and Santa and the East, just believes whatever you tell it. It'll just believe it because that's your inner child. And kids, don't know if people are lying to them yet. And some of us stay in that childlike heart space, their whole entire carnation. So, as much as I like to think that I can read people, some people aren't readable. I get duped. I get tricked. I believe in energy. We are all just energy. That spark that makes our heartbeat, our EKG, our echocardiogramography. It's the measure of the heartbeat. Mind the dip. Boop. For after every spike, there's a dip that goes below baseline, and people don't take into account that dip. They don't take into that account, then they compensate for that dip. Yeah, because whenever, it's like, I think of them like, emotional hangovers, and they're not bad all the time, or the emotions aren't bad. But no emotions are bad. Even negative emotions are trying to tell you to live your life different, that you're not doing it right. If things are if you're freaking, when you're growing up and your feet hurt, because your shoes are getting too small, you got to get it freaking the next size up. You don't stay in small shoes and freaking till your toes bust out. That don't even make no sense. But anyway, so I believe in energy, and that we're all, positive, negative, both positive and negative. We're all just positive and negative. And you can look at that as masculine, feminine. You can look at that as high, low. You can look at it as top chakra stuff, lower chakra stuff. But the thing is, there's good and bad in everyone and everything. And, I guess you got to look at what somebody's 51% is. Are they 51% more for other people, or 51% more for themselves? I always like when Mom and I, we don't have much of an appetite because it's getting kind of hot, and it's kind of, because the deal is one of us, when we split something, she used to make my brother and I do this when we were kids. One would split and the other would choose, because it would make it more fair, because if you're gonna freaking try to short this other person, of course the person's gonna take the big piece, right? Usually. Sometimes I would let people have the big piece just because, it doesn't even matter. But anyway, so we're all energy, and a lot of, and the way I feel about it is energy is tied to vibration, different vibrations. Like when you go on a roller coaster, that your vibration raises, whee, right? Whoa, and you're allowed to be excited and to freaking feel, and yeah, right? But when you're scared, vibration is very similar to terror, exhilaration. It just throws your endocrine system, it spikes it up there. So, a lot of times, when people go through their life, mostly people you see a terrible, you go through minimal catastrophes. More or less as we go on because the climate changing for whatever reasons and people breaking down, shortened out in their psyches and stuff. Everywhere you go, you got to kind of be like, on high alert. I'm always looking at bags that are left alone and stuff like that. I was in the military, so I'm trained for that. I always know, because I know that bad things happen. I'm not gonna always think I'm safe. It just doesn't make sense. And I don't always think I'm in danger either. It's all balance. So as Mom and I were talking this morning, we were talking about love. And that's what I was saying is, like, a lot of people have, some people have like horrific experiences when they're younger, so as they get older and like things that happen that are exciting, their body just remembers the horrific. So it like triggers their emotional memory. Because a lot and another very similar vibrations that are similar in frequency, but I misspoke. They're similar in frequency are love and hate. They're very close in vibration. Right. Because how often has somebody that you love instantly you hated just like that? It's just a vibration. It's the same. It's the same vibration. It's the heart space behind it that determines, if you feel negative or positive for them, what that actual vibration is. So just tell them you love them. You just don't get along. Just tell yourself that. Because you tell yourself, and I was thinking about this the other day because I was like, sometimes I got to catch myself with this, the negative self-talk, like, God, don't be dumb, stuff like that. And I hear, other people's voices. I hear, voices of other people when I say that. And then when I say that, and when I go out and I'm driving around in traffic and somebody does something to annoy me and I'm like, you fucking idiot, my body doesn't know if I'm talking to that guy or me. It's just the vibration. It's just the negativity. And it's all that, and I think about how much anger people just carry around in their canisters and their containers every day. It causes a great deal of dis-ease. And that's where disease sets in. From dissonance, cognitive dissonance, not believing what you yourself see. Because everyone around you says, look, that cow is pink. And you're like, that cow is freaking brown and white. What are you people talking about? No, look at it. And, and that's what this whole society is all this weird stuff going on. And people just, okay, that's reality. I just accept it as truth because somebody somewhere said so. And this is how we've always done. And do as I say, not as I do. And all this old freaking nana stuff that has made life uncomfortable for incarnation because it's nonsense. There's no equal. Those who have the most freaking resources, you guys win. You guys win, right? You're better people, right? Because you have big bank accounts and fly around the world and do whatever you want. And what I also think is interesting? I got to spend some time with some friends yesterday at the Renaissance Fair, Canterbury, out in Silverton, and I posted a nice, got a bunch of snapbacks and posted it on my Facebook page, snapbacks. Yeah, so I'm starting to, and I made a nice little paragraph deal on my Pick Your Price photography excerpt. It kind of explains what it's about, so I'm kind of starting to build that a little bit more and get excited about it because I got an eye that other people don't have. I got a way of looking at things that other people, they just don't have it because they're too busy all looking at the same stuff. The stuff that they're told to look at. I'm over here looking over here and over here and over here and up here and over here and everywhere. And I always got in trouble because they're Marge, pay attention to what they're saying. But what they're saying is nonsense. I'd rather look over here at the birds and the trees. Watching them playing around. I learn more from them than something that somebody told somebody to write about in a book. I look at the rest of the world a lot like this. Like, So that's your choice. That's how you're navigating through life today. That's how you point your vibe. That's where you stand. I see. Thank you for showing me. Yeah. I'll be on my way. Good day. It's interesting. I was talking to mom. Oh, this, and this yesterday conversation I was having, and it was another instance of what the epidemic of self-soothing and opiates do for profit. And it was, it's father or son, and they freaking drugs. I mean, the story of drugs and alcohol that tears people apart is just, it's existed. Well, who knows? Because time ain't real. And we have no way of freaking determining how long people have been on the planet anyway. I've said this before. For all we know, the Earth could be as old as, or a day older than the oldest person on the planet. There is no way to verify, It's all hearsay. It's all speculation. It's all, gee, I wonder. It's just, but some people wonder about things and they get paid a lot. And some people wonder about things and they get put away. And think about all the people in prisons and psych wards and stuff that got put there because they were right. Yeah, because they were right, because they told the truth. I'm sure there's plenty of people in there, criminals, that deserve to be in there, and not all, law-abiding citizens are in places. Some people are freaking so shorted out that they see no wrong in harming, being gross, and because they're completely detached from their emotion. And society's coming back in. We are human beings. That's all we are. We're a spirit. That's all spirits do, is they go around popping off. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. That feels good. It's like radio, microwave. It's how distances from sonars computed is from the distance of the ping. It hits something and comes back, and that distance determines that time determines the distance. And so like attracts like. So people, want to feel good. So they just constantly put them in a place where they can feel good. And a lot of people, there's just people that feel bad about themselves and continually, like when I was a drunk, I continually put myself in the position to feel bad about myself, because I would physically feel bad. When you physically feel bad, you emotionally feel bad, and you don't, you just don't get things done. Life is too short. I got things to do, so I can't freaking toxify myself and put things off by living the same day, by putting myself in the same mental place of getting nowhere, of sitting in sad emotions and feelings that happen early and that have no relevance in my life today. And a lot of people are coming to terms, this is, I think about different storylines. There's so many different storylines that I just confuse. I just don't even know why they keep making the same movies over and over. It's fucking annoying, man. Life is too intriguing and exciting to have to keep doing the same freaking remakes of movies over and over. It's just, get another vision, people. And then they use so much resources to reinvent the wheel. But hey, that's cool, because there's homeless people freaking everywhere. I don't even like that song. So the storyline of parents getting older, I never loved my parents. I never felt love for them that got from, like, when I love my dogs and my cat. That unconditional love. That's what I equate it to. Is how I felt about my first dog, Arthur Boo Radley, and Arthur Boo Radley. And I didn't even know until a year after he died that was the actual name, because Arthur Boo from Kill a Mockingbird, but I didn't know, or Arthur, I named him after, partially because to Kill a Mockingbird, but I didn't know until after he had died that Boo Radley's, his name was Boo Radley. Arthur Boo Radley. I didn't know Arthur was his first name. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, but that unconditional love is what, is what I felt by having animals, because I never got that from my parents. Never got it. And I'm not mad about it. And it hurt for a long time. I'm past it, because I learned that hurt people. And they have their own hurts. And you can't nourish things Go back to that. You can't put other people's masks on before you put your own. You cannot. It's not how it's supposed to go. So, but a lot of people are coming into terms, and I do love my parents, because if they didn't make the choices that they made in their life, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So for whatever reason, I am grateful for that, because I like who I am. I'm the best person I know, and I'm not saying I'm the best person out there. I'm just saying I'm the best person I know, and I hope to meet more good people. So what people are getting older, and I'm only 45, and I'm a caregiver of my mom, and I know there's other people that I'm coming across, other people that are having the same experiences, because people are wanting to forget, because they're living lives that aren't worth remembering. So you get old, you're either going to get your dementia or not, or all time. I hate that terminology. You're going to get memory fades or not, unless you live a life worth remembering. That's why I think photography is so important. So as people get older, I think they get so mad at their parents, and they're so hurt at their parents. And then what happens is when their faces get older, they start seeing their parents' face in them. That's why I'm real careful to be real good to mom. And, I stopped putting effort into my father years ago, because I only put match energy. And we had a relationship when I was putting the effort, and it was never him first. So even when I was 5 years old and I didn't know what to talk to, what to call him, I didn't know what to, dad, pop, Greg, father, it all felt so unnatural. So when my mom told me that I had to address it and tell him how I feel, and so when she picked him up, don't you have something you want to ask your father? And I was wondering if this time on this visit that you and I could just hang out. And he was like, how selfish is that? What do you expect me to do? Ignore everyone else just to hang out with you? I was 5. And yes, that was my expectations, until later I learned not to have them. That fixes that, right? No, I'm not saying I don't ever have them all the time. No, they still creep in. But then when I get hurt, I have to look at my expectation. Yeah. How's that for being a grown-up? That's what I'd like to see all these government officials and all these paid servants. That's what I'd like to see them do. People don't know how things feel unless it happens to them. So more things are happening to people, and so a lot of these people are being real ugly to their parents. Like, that's what I was trying to say. A lot of people are being real ugly to their parents and resentful and stuff, and then when they get older, they see their parents' face, and then they're like, start hating themselves, because they're finally in a position of age and wisdom that they understand what their parents were coming from, but they didn't treat them good. So now you have to live with how you treated them. So people are living with it. You know what people do when they're mad? They throw tantrums and fits like little children, and they do things like not help people, and they do things like, make all these rules that make it difficult for people to just live and breathe, while they're freaking doing whatever they want. The people who make that much money, they're not even doing their jobs that they get paid for. There's so many public officials sitting in chairs that are never in their chair. Hell, my brother they're always on vacation. Who does the work while you're always gone? Bureaucrat man that gets paid $5,000-$7,000. All these guys. I just doing my job. No, it's not like you're freaking digging ditches. It's not like you're fixing the infrastructure. You're just talking about a bunch of economic made up stuff that has nothing to do with anything, but fill in your own pockets with stuff. But hey, all the astrological alignments just, keep me. Just like, they're all saying economic freaking crisis, but hey, for poor people, it is just another day. But you don't have a whole lot. Ain't a whole lot lost, Ain't my 401k, my 401k got drained a long time ago, a year ago, I don't even, have that opportunity now. I mean, I guess I could take it, or I could throw my mom away, you know, because that's what a lot of people do. They throw their parents away. That's fine. That's fine. I can't do it. It's not in my DNA. And I like her. She's fun to be around. This is real fun. She helps me. Like, you know, I couldn't think of a better person to be my mom than her, because she's patient, you know. She doesn't always want to go out and do stuff when I want to do stuff. That's the thing, you know, and I kind of get tired of doing stuff by myself. That's one of the reasons why I'm moving back to Reading, because at least I know a handful of people, and I know where to go and take pictures. I can be by myself there, you know. Anyway, but, oh, gosh, I can't believe I rambled on for 20 freaking minutes. There go my ego. Better check out. I'm going to let the cat out. We're going to go get some sun in time. It's going to start getting hot here. It's going to be a hot day today. And then I get to hopefully meet Skype with some family later, but see with me, Sabrina's. I hope. Anyway, I hope y'all have a rad day. Peace.